Hello, my name is Josh Atkinson, and you have once again stumbled upon my oil painting YouTube channel. Before I get started with today's painting, I wanted to ask everybody to hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification bell, just to help out with the algorithm. All right, so the painting today is this one. She is shiny, she's varnished. This may be Monica Bellucci. I couldn't really confirm it. I actually did try and find out the name of an actor for once, if you can believe it. Um, this is one of the three wives of Dracula from the 1992, the Coppola version of Dracula, which is a masterpiece. Anyway, so I can't say for sure if this is Monica Bellucci or one of the two other actresses, but yeah, that's who it is. Okay, so time lapse. All right, so here is our source image. Possibly Monica Bellucci, but definitely one of the actresses playing one of Dracula's three wives from the 92 Francis Ford Coppola version. Um, I am going in hard and heavy with the abstraction. Or am I? Maybe I'm just tracing where the shadows are. I'm also working on a square canvas, which I never do. I just had some, and I was like, all right, stop avoiding it, just use them. So I've already kind of. The light is coming from the right, and so it's casting a shadow that you can kind of trace through the eyebrow to the nose. I've sort of fused them a little bit, and that's basically how I've begun this abstraction, is just seeing where the shadows are occurring in the source image and then just kind of putting them there, but maybe like, what's a good word for it? Like exaggerating them, just intensifying them, Um I'm not terribly worried about likeness because even if you do know who Monica Bellucci is, she's a very cool actress. Um, Taken a lot of interesting roles. But even if you do know, you probably don't think of her the way that she looked 30 years ago with purple contact lenses and all of these, snaky hair bracelet things. But I think she looks really cool. So yeah, I was doing this painting because I was going to a horror movie convention to work as a vendor, which I did like a month ago. This painting's from the end of June. It's now the third week in August. Um, and I was just trying to like get some more horror paintings done with my current style. I have a lot of old, I guess you'd call it fan art. That's what someone said at the convention, and I was like, oof, fan art, damn. That's not what I want to be calling my stuff. But I did used to paint a lot of horror movie characters, um, when I was, trying to get more just practice. But I did ultimately lose interest in creating, well, not creating, in rendering the creations of John Carpenter and Wes Craven and whoever. I wanted to come up with my own bizarre people people things. But so yeah, I really love the way her mouth turned out. And I went back and forth about whether I should add fangs, but it felt like it would compete with the image. I've said this before. I don't always follow this principle, but in general, I would advise that like either you paint something mundane, but you do it in a really like, exaggerated brushstrokes, like in a highly stylized way, or you abstract it, or you paint something super interesting and you do it with considerable realism and precision. That's just kind of my view. If you're painting something that's already super interesting in a style that's super interesting, then you've got competition. There's an Instagram account, a woman, I don't know her name, but her Instagram handle is Julie B Creative, and she does these really intricate still lifes with all kinds of, I don't know, just like trippy, weird images. And I'm not describing it well, but it has a bit of just a touch of the ooky spooky. But she's doing it in like just top tier realism because the interest is in the subject matter rather than in her style. I'm better about making the style the star of the painting. Um, Anyway, I'm supposed to say like and subscribe because I'm more than halfway through the voiceover. I am 8 followers away at this present moment from hitting the goal of 1,000, so hopefully that will happen soon. But regardless, thanks for watching. Um, yeah, as always, if you have questions about abstraction or the meaning of life or anything else that you think I might know about, do leave them below. Um, with this painting, I I'm a big fan of impasto and thick paint and visible brush strokes. I love all that stuff, but with this one, for some reason, I don't know. Maybe I'd been watching a lot of Miriam Hoffman, um, Instagram time lapses. She's just this absolutely brilliant portrait painter who just, I mean, she paints the palest human beings on the planet, people who make me look like thoroughly melanated. Um, and she just finds so much opportunity in the most subtle shading. Her flesh tones are bananas good. So anyway, she's very talented. So maybe that's why I decided to not have my usual thick textures and visible brushstrokes. I wanted to give this a bit of a neoclassical finish, sort of Bouguereau, David kind of thing, even though the subject matter is obviously, well, not the subject matter, but the abstraction is clearly a post-Picasso, a very, modern thing comparatively. Um, but now I'm going in with her weird hair jewelry and making that looser because, I can't help myself. And I do believe in the idea that, if you render the focal point with the utmost effort and then let the other things be suggested, and it will guide the eye to the focal point, which, I think is pretty obviously her eye. Um, but, uh, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, this is kind of what I wound up with. I wanted to make a horror movie character in my normal style, in my current style. Um, and I did, and then I wound up not bringing it at all because the varnish is so glossy that I can't get a good picture of it to make prints from, so I didn't want to sell it. Anyway, um, yeah, I really love how it turned out. This is the finished painting. It is, oh, what is this? Is this like 10 by 10 inches or 12 by 12 inches? I don't know. It's square though, and maybe it's Monica Bellucci. Who knows? Anyway, yeah, that's it. So then, yes, that is how I arrived at this portrait of one of the three vampire brides of Dracula from the Gary Oldman, Francis Ford Coppola 92 version. Obviously, highly abstracted. Um, I like how this turned out quite a bit. I do tend to like, chunky textures and brush strokes, but something about this one just made me, I don't know, want it to be smooth. So, I don't know, you kind of just go with what the painting wants sometimes. Um, I don't like my haircut, but that's beside the point. Also, can you see how burned I am? Gingers, outside, art fairs, August. What am I thinking? Anyway, so yeah, so that's who this is. I wanted to say thank you to the I think like 20 new subscribers I got this week. The goal has been to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and I am at this moment, I am at 992. So hopefully this week I will cross the milestone. Anyway, thank you for being here. If you enjoyed today's video, you could check out last week's where I painted a plaintiff from an episode of Judge Judy in an abstract fashion, or the previous week where I painted a friend of mine named Mike in a very abstract fashion. I painted him before in a video called Painting Madness, I think. I still don't know how you're supposed to title YouTube videos, but anyway, it's on my channel if you want to compare and contrast and I don't know, whatever. So, yes, this is the painting this week. So, thank you for watching. I will see you in 7 days with something. I don't remember what. Abstract probably, and a face probably. Maybe a face and a body. Who knows? It's coming. All right. Yeah, take care. I will see you in 7 days and I don't know. Bye.